Well, hello again, everyone. Coach Larry here, coming at you from Charlotte, North Carolina, live with a better connection now. So we're back on. Hope you guys had a great week. It's been quite a week, so we're going to take a break from all the crazy politics that have been going on this week, and we are going to talk about the wonderful. So we're going to talk about the wonderful world of competitive swimming. We are going to go at it. Let's see. I want to give a shout out to Ellie. Thanks for joining us. I just got a call from my #1 fan, my mom. So, Mom, thanks for watching. I think we're rocking and rolling here live. And we're going to get going here in just a minute. So, if you joined us last week, you know that we talked all about turns. So, my first question is, have you been working on your turns? Turns are something that very few people will work on in the middle of a difficult workout, but you need to rise above the average, because if you do what most people do, you'll get the results that most people get. So do what most people aren't willing to do, and you'll get the results that most don't get. Okay? So keep working on those turns. If you missed last week's, it's posted on the Facebook site, so make sure you check that out. I want to say a quick shout out to Coach Scott. Coach Scott, thanks for joining us tonight. Coach Scott Wiltsey is one of the coaches over at Swim Mac Carolina, and a heck of a guy. So thanks for joining us tonight, Scott. Oh, I know a lot of swimmers had some meets this weekend. I hope you guys all did well. I saw some of the results on Meet Mobile. Several swimmers here in the greater Charlotte area were up in Hickory, North Carolina. Others were down in Greenville, South Carolina. So just a quick shout out. I know those are two really great meets run by the Greenville, Team Greenville, and also the YSST team up in Hickory, North Carolina. So hope everybody had a great meet. Now, remember, every meet that you swim, whether you get best times during the season or just close to best times, every race that you swim is a great experience, because you're putting your body through a pretty traumatic experience. And each time you put your body through a racing experience, you gain, you take steps ahead. And that's so important, especially when it comes to the end of the season. So keep on racing, keep on focusing, and keep on preparing as you go to practice each and every day, and do those turns. Do those turns. All right, so tonight, what are we talking about tonight? Well, tonight we're going to be talking about swimming Advil. Now, what is swimming Advil? Well, as you know, Advil is a medication that can help you in so many ways. And what we're going to talk about tonight is something in swimming that is very similar to Advil. It can help you in so many ways. So, for instance, if you take Advil, it'll help you with a sore shoulder. It'll help you with a headache. If your back hurts, there are a number of ills and aches and pains that Advil can help with. It doesn't have to be just one specific thing. And there's something in swimming. There's something that you can do in your swimming that acts just like Advil from an athletic standpoint. And I'm wondering if you know what it is. We're going to talk all about that this week. But before we do, let's go into just a little bit of introduction. My name is Larry Lee. We do this each week on Sunday night. I'm with iSwim 1-to-1. It's an organization. You can visit our website at iswim1to1.com. We do individual one-on-one stroke analysis for competitive swimmers. So if you're interested, check out the website. It's pretty good stuff. All right, so there's my infomercial. Off we go. Now, what is this swimming Advil? The swimming Advil, let me see if anybody has guessed it yet online. Nope, nobody has guessed it yet. So I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. Here we go. You ready? Swimming Advil is kicking. That's right. The swimming Advil, the Advil of swimming, is kicking. Kicking is something that doesn't get a whole lot of headlines, but it is so powerful and so important. And when it's applied properly, it addresses so many aches and pains in swimming. So many technical issues can be addressed just by kicking properly. So we're going to talk all about kicking tonight. How can you apply better kicking to your swimming? And why would you do that anyway? So we're going to really divide this up into 3 parts. We're going to talk about why are we talking about this? We're going to talk about what it helps you with, and then we're going to talk about how to implement it in your daily practices. So off we go. Why are we even talking about this? Why are we talking about this kicking, this Advil of swimming? What is it that this thing does? Well, what we're doing is we're trying to go fast, right? That is what we're trying to do in swimming. Yes, swimming's a lot of fun. It's great exercise. You meet a lot of people. It teaches you all sorts of great life lessons. All of those things are incredibly important. But when you get up on the block and you're ready to race, what do you want to do? You want to go fast. That's why we're talking about this. What can you do to go fast? We want to cut through this substance, this thick substance called water. And we want to do it in the most efficient way possible. And kicking is one of the most important elements as it relates to you going faster in your swimming. Whether you're at a swim meet, whether you're in a triathlon, no matter what you're doing, if you're trying to go fast in your swimming, kicking is vital. So we got to dive into this. Maybe you're trying to get a certain cut, a qualifying time. Maybe you're trying to get a state cut. Maybe you're trying to get a sectional cut. Maybe you're trying to qualify for a meet that you've only dreamed about. Maybe that's the Olympic trials. Maybe that's the Olympics. Maybe you're trying to make a cut into a triathlon. Whatever it is, the reason why we want to do this is because we want to swim fast. And kicking is one of the most important elements of fast swimming. So what is it that kicking does? You know, kicking doesn't get a lot of headlines. You know, if you watched the Olympics last summer and you heard Rowdy Gaines getting all excited about Michael Phelps and Katie Ledecky and all these awesome swimmers from our team and across the world. Most of the time, they did not do close-up on people's kick. And I'm talking especially tonight about the freestyle and the backstroke kick. Okay, that's going to be our big focus tonight. They did those highlights and those replays did not show, they did not focus in on people's feet kicking. Say, wow, look at that, Dan. Look at that amazing whitewater following that person down the pool that we can't see. No, what did they show you? When they show you Phelps, they show his arms flying over the water. When they show the backstroke, when they show Ledecky, they're showing this incredible freestyle swimming, but they're not showing the kick. It's kind of like if you've ever watched a speedboat race. If you ever watched speedboat racing, if you're really bored, you'll flip around your channels and you'll find speedboat racing. But when they show the speedboats racing, they don't go underwater with the camera and focus in on the propeller underwater and say, wow, look at that, Dan. Look at that propeller going around so fast, right? But it is the most important aspect of what's going on, or one of the most important aspects of what's going on in that speedboat racing. It's the propeller, and that's what we're talking about here. The propeller of your swimming, that action that you take, that those movements that you make that are confined into a very small, tight area that creates so much energy and so much propulsion, okay? And that's what we want to talk about. So what does kicking do for you? Number one, it gives you incredible body line. Why is body line important? Because you've got to cut through the water. Remember, you're trying to go fast, right? We're trying to win races. We're trying to make cuts. We're trying to go fast. What you have to do to go fast, part of what you have to do to go fast is you have to line your body up in a very hydrodynamic way, or you would say aerodynamic if you weren't in the water, but you want to cut through the water as efficiently as you possibly can. So what kicking does, and I see it happen all the time, is when you really start kicking properly with the right amount of effort and with the right technique, it lines your body up like a missile, like a torpedo, and you are suddenly cutting through the water with the best line, a better line than you ever have. In fact, I was doing a session today with a young swimmer named Sam. And Sam, at one point in the session, I said, Sam, turn that kick on. Let's amp up the kick, narrow it up, and really ramp it up. And it is amazing. What happened with Sam happens with 90% of the swimmers that I say this to. All of a sudden, body line improves. He's just cutting through the water so much more efficiently. So number one, body line. Kick because it gives you great body line. Number two, propulsion. It makes you go faster. Basically in swimming, you have two motors. Okay, it's like having a boat with two motors. You've got your arms and you've got your legs, right? Your arms are creating propulsion. Your legs are creating propulsion. But the arms are normally the thing that people go to first. And it's what gets focused on. When you see replays of the Olympics, you see people with these gigantic arms and they're flying over the water, but very rarely, like I said earlier, you don't see replays of people kicking. But how important is it? You got to turn that motor on. In fact, I would say this, it's the first priority motor. Your kick is a higher priority motor than the arms. because it sets the foundation. It sets the foundation for your freestyle and your backstroke. It gives you great body line. It engages the core. It lines you up in such a way where you can cut through the water with maximum efficiency. So you turn that motor on first, then you add the arms, and now you've got two motors working. Two motors is better than one, isn't that right? So if you were in a speedboat race, you want boat A, which has one motor, or boat B, which has two. Assuming all things are equal, two motors better than one, I'll take two. So turn both motors on. Turn your kick on first for really good body line and excellent propulsion. Then add the arms, and you'll be in business. The third thing, and let me give a couple shout outs here. I see some people signing in here. I want to say hi to Lynn and Pam. I want to say hi to Filippo and Brian. Hello, Brian Henson. Wow. Hi, Brian. Hope you're doing well out there tonight. I haven't talked to Brian in a long time, so he gets a special shout out. And I want to say hi to Lori as well. So hope you guys are all doing well. And again, we're talking about the Advil of swimming tonight. The Advil of swimming, that very thing that can be applied to so many areas of your swimming if you do it right. And that's kicking. Kicking is the Advil of swimming. It helps you with your body line, cutting through this substance that we call water. The better you cut through the water, the faster you go. And that's why we're doing this. We're trying to go fast. It gives you propulsion. It gives you a second motor, and in fact, a higher priority motor. Your kick is the higher priority motor. Then come the arms. Arms are important, but the kick's the foundation. When you build a house, what's the most important part of your house? The foundation. Okay, you can build this beautiful home, but if you don't have a strong foundation, doesn't matter how beautiful the shutters are and the beautiful roof and the nice front door. It doesn't matter. If you have a crummy foundation, no matter how beautiful the house is not going to stand. You want a great foundation. And in your backstroke and in your freestyle, you want a great foundation to build a fast stroke upon. So, okay, now, number 3. Number 1 was body line. Number 2 was propulsion. Number 3 is body position. When you have a really engaged kick and you're doing it properly, your body position becomes almost like something that's hydroplaning. Okay, you don't sink, you don't ride low in the water. Okay, imagine if you're swimming in the water, if your hips drop low and if your legs are dragging behind you. Let's say this is your head and these are your legs back here. If you are tilted like this and your hips are low and your legs are low, that's like dragging. That's creating a lot of drag, like Fred Flintstone putting his feet underneath the car. Does anybody remember Fred Flintstone? Am I dating myself here? Fred Flintstone, right? Feet under the car to put on the brakes. We don't want to have Fred Flintstone kind of swimming. Some of you guys may have to ask your parents who Fred Flintstone. Maybe you know, I don't know. So we don't want to be Fred Flintstone. We want to be horizontal in the water. You turn the kick on back here, all of a sudden you go from a tilted position, boom, you start hydroplaning, you start riding high in the water. And fast swimming is done close to the surface. The deeper you are, the more angled you are, the slower you go. You're gonna be trapped in all that thick sludge way down deep in the water. Nope, we want to be riding high. So proper kick gives you excellent body position. So it gives you body line, number 1, to cut through the water. Number 2, propulsion. It gets you going really fast. Number 3, body position, helps you hydroplane. No more Fred Flintstone freestyle or backstroke. And finally, conditioning. I cannot tell you, I cannot name another aspect of swimming that will get you in better shape than constant, aggressive kicking. Not only will kicking help you in all of these ways, but it will get you in such good shape you will not believe it. Those of you who swim one of the greatest events of all time, the 400 IM, one of my favorite events, or let's say the 200 fly, or the 200 breaststroke. These are killer events, right? Those of you who swim, you know what I'm talking about. These are killer events. You need to be conditioned to make it through those events. I'm telling you, if you will turn your kick on and get committed to kicking throughout all of your sets in practice, your 400 IM, I'm just talking about freestyle and backstroke kick tonight, but your 400 IM will explode Your 200 butterfly will be dynamite. Your 200 breaststroke will it'll be awesome. Why? Because kicking gets you in shape. It revs up your engine. It gets you ready. And I'm telling you this, swimmers know that come March, when March arrives, and that's our championship season, you want to have great conditioning because you've been working hard all season. You've been kicking butt in dry land and in practice. You get into that championship meet and you're ready to go. Having that conditioning, having that kick to get you ready, there's nothing like it. So kick for conditioning. Body line, propulsion, body position, and conditioning. Now, really quick, let's talk about the how. We talked about why. We talked about what. Now we're going to talk about how. How do you kick effectively? Well, the main thing you want to remember is the propeller, the prop on the back of a speedboat. Why is it so powerful? It's really, really small. Okay, it's really small. It is contained in a very confined space. But because it's compact and because it's in that confined space, it creates a ton of energy. When it comes to your backstroke and your freestyle kick, keep it narrow. Keep it confined to a very small area. Okay? If your legs, pretend these are my legs, if your legs are going really far apart, you're ruining your chances of creating a lot of energy. You got to have it tight. Okay? You want to have your kick very tight with very straight legs, just a little bit of knee bend. And you want to kick from the hips, not from the knees down. This is not about like flicking your feet or bending from the knee down and flicking your feet up and down. Nope, you want to be kicking from the hips with very straight legs in a very confined area. Okay? Pretend like there's a soccer ball right at the surface of the water and you just want that soccer ball bobbing up and down. You want to boil water down by your feet. Keep it going, keep it constant, keep it steady, and don't take any breaks. Okay? In freestyle, when you take a breath, one of the number one errors of freestyle, people take a break. They stop kicking. Why? Why would you stop kicking when you're taking a breath? You should accelerate your kicking when you're taking a breath, if anything. Okay, so keep it going through your breath. So we want to make sure that it's a narrow kick. We want to be kicking from the hips. Okay, and we want those legs really straight. One more thing about the how. And remember, one of the best ways to know how to kick correctly is to ask your coach. Right, coaches? Those of you who are coaches out there, we want swimmers to ask us questions during practice. We don't just want them going through the motions. We want you guys to be engaged because to the extent that you're engaged in the workout, you're going to improve. So ask the coach. Ask the coach questions. Coach, how does my kick look? How are my legs doing? Am I bending my knees too much? Am I kicking through my breath? Ask questions. You'll get the feedback. Coaches love questions. They do, okay? It snaps them out of sometimes the zone that we get in when we're watching 30 or 40 or 50 people. You raising your hand, asking for individual feedback is awesome. One last thing on how to kick effectively. Remember that kicking, this is more of a mindset thing, okay? So really dial in here. The mindset of kicking is that you don't just want to go through the motions. Kicking is not just moving my legs. It's not just an action. It is a mindset. It is your thought should be forward motion. I know they may sound really simple, but the purpose of that kick, you want to go forward faster. So when you're kicking, I want you to be thinking, is my kick sending me forward or am I just moving my legs up and down to go through a motion? It's got to be propulsive, guys. So you want to make sure that as you're kicking, you're thinking, is this sending me forward? And the fact that you're asking yourself that question, you will naturally get yourself into a better kicking position. As if you're thinking, I need to go forward, you're going to adapt. You're going to be thinking about, am I kicking in such a way to send myself forward or am I just going through the motions? Because if you're just going through the motions, it's really not worth it because you're going to make yourself tired, but you're not going to go forward faster. Again, ask your coach, am I kicking effectively? Yes, I might be kicking hard, but am I kicking effectively? So let me throw out this challenge to you. But before I throw out the challenge, hang on just a second. Again, if it looks like I'm squinting, that's just your imagination. My eyes are not getting old. So just had a couple people just join in. Deetra and Doug, want to say hello to you guys. Hello, Eddie. And there's my mom. Hello, Mom. Hey, by the way, swimmers, make sure you thank your parents. Mom, thank you. Swim parents. Boy, I tell you what, they go through a lot to put you guys in the position to have a great, great swimming career. So make sure you thank your parents. They sit through long practices. They pay a lot of money. They go on trips. They eat bad food on those trips. They pay a lot of hotel expenses, so make sure you say thanks. I want to say hello to Preston and Bob. And okay, so let me finish up here. Thanks for you guys joining us tonight. Last thing I want to do here is I want to throw out a challenge. And this challenge actually comes from someone who used to be my master's coach, one of my favorite coaches on the planet, and that's Coach Patty Waldron. If you have been in the swimming world for any period of time, you probably know Patty Waldron. Not only is she a great coach, she's a great human being. She's awesome, okay? One of my favorite sayings from Patty is this. It's very simple, but it's very profound. She says, different is different, same is same. Different is different, same is same. If this season you want different results, you got to do something different to get those results. If you do the same thing and expect different results, isn't that the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So be different. Do something different this season. Turn the key on your kick, the Advil of swimming. It's that very thing that addresses so many needs. It gives you better body line. It makes you more propulsive. It gives you better body position. It gives you unbelievable conditioning. It puts you in a position to succeed in your swimming, going faster, making cuts, beating that arch rival of yours. And everybody's got one. Everybody out there right now, you know who you are. All the swimmers out there, you know that one person or maybe two people that you really want to beat this season. Nothing wrong with that. That's called competition. Get after it. Okay? Kick harder than they do in practice. Kick more efficiently than they do in practice. I guarantee you, you're going to make some inroads. And you just may beat them. And that would be really cool. So Coach Patty, thanks for the challenge of different is different, same is same. I want to challenge you guys this week. Okay? Start something new. Start something different. Turn the key on your kick. But I'm telling you, it's not easy. It will be hard. But the results will be dynamite. Okay? They'll be dynamite. So, okay, just want to say hello to Julio. Just joined in. And Will. So, yeah. So anyway, we're going to wrap it up here. We'll be back next Sunday night for another Sunday night 1-to-1. And remember, turn on your kick. And like we talked about last week, get after those turns. Turns are a difference maker. So thanks for joining us. If you want more information about iSwim 1-to-1, go to our website, iswim1to1.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week. And remember, go do something different this week. Make your swimming better. All right, take care, everybody. See ya. Bye-bye.